Hi, welcome to everyone's favourite segment, Mailbag Monday. Yes, we've still got plenty of stuff to get through, so let's go. This one is from Leo Zalewski from Cheltenham in Canada. Hi to all my Canadian viewers. And what does it contain? Well, let's find out. Samples of something or other. So, let's get in here. Bit of tongue angle there. And smells PCB-ish. You can get that fiberglass smell. You can just smell it. Wait, what do we have? We have, looks like Leo's got some sort of CNC machine by the looks of it. That looks impressive. Excellent. And let's have a look here. Love your show. Retired now. Have been a hobbyist forever. Excellent. Started with my uncle getting me a 9-transistor rodeo when he was 11. Anyway, quickly got bored. For SMT assembly, you can never find a good PCB holder. Very true. I've got one here, actually. Oh, it's right here, which I haven't done a video on yet. It's the PCB grip one. This was a Kickstarter or a crowd-funded campaign. I think it was on Kickstarter. Anyway, I haven't opened that yet, so I really want to assemble that. So anyway, that'll be a separate video doing that. So you want a PCB close to the table. Yes, hands rest on the table. Yes, gives great control. Bit of weight so it doesn't slide around. Absolutely. This one comes with like a metal plate here. So easy to adjust, high and low speed. Grab the knob, 12. Woo, 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 woo. And most of the material came from a local surplus store, made in Omni's do-it-yourself CNC machine. Excellent. Well, let's check it out. Thanks, Leo. And here it is. Check it out. And by the way, this is only a one-off, really. He does not actually sell them at present, although he said that there might be he might be able to make them available if there's enough interest. And it really is quite a nice, precision worm drive here on the, if that's the correct term. Probably got it wrong, but anyway, here's a board that he routed on his CNC machine that we saw there. He did this on Eagle, and it sits in here. And this is, a very handy thing, because if you've got a small board like this and you're soldering, just a small tap or tug with the soldering iron can just, shuffle the board around on your desk, especially if you don't have quite a good grippy rubber like I've got here. And just having that extra weight like that is enough to, really keep it in place so that you can solder really well. You can even angle it a little bit if that so helps your particular style. But as he said, you do want it low to the bench like this so that your hands are, can just sit there and you can control like that and pivot on your hand when you're holding the soldering iron, because you don't want to be soldering. A lot of mistake beginners make is just sort of like soldering free air sort of up in here, and your hands sort of, shake a little bit. It's hard to be precise. If you've got them down like this, you can be really quite precise on how you feed the solder, how you hold the soldering iron. So it's really good to keep your wrists down on the bench like this, and this does a really neat job. I like that. Thank you very much, Leo. That will come in handy, no doubt. I mean, it's not one of these elevated ones that, like, if you're doing through-hole stuff, you put the components through and flip it over and stuff like that. It doesn't have that because the drive gets in the way there. But yeah, that is just for holding boards like that for single-sided stuff. Very nice. And of course, one of the most popular solutions for holding boards is one of these Panavices, and I highly recommend you get one and get a genuine Panavice. They're really handy for lots of stuff, but just for soldering, like a surface mount board like that, they're just, as I said, too far up off the bench. So having something really low down like that works really well. And by the way, if you want one of these cool flux capacitor t-shirt, Fluxgate condenser t-shirt with hand drawn by me with the equations on it, beauty, then I'll provide a link to the store down below. Anyway, a lot of people ask. This one is from Matt the Pom. Thank you very much, Matt the Pom. Pommy bastard. And I mean that very affectionately. And let's get into this sucker. There was a lot of support for the big knife. I'm sorry, there was a lot of support. A lot of people don't want to see this little wimpy thing come out. They like the knife, so might have to stay. Anyway, what's Matt the Pom sent? Some people say, "I'll read the note first, Dave." Okay, I'll read the damn note first. Alright, I just started watching your channel, thought I'd send you this really, really old project I found and never finished. Oh, God, don't we all have projects we haven't finished? Can you figure out what it is, what it's supposed to do? Ooh, mystery. I started to make this project with only spare bits to not spend a penny or a cent on it, so please excuse the poor quality and bad shortcuts. We will. Most of these chips are older than me. Awesome. Thank you very much, Matt Goring. Near Brighton, southern Pommyland. There you go. Answer. Oh, the answer's upside down, so I won't read it yet. Oh, hey, it's a stack. We got it. Oh, check this out. Yep, it's a stack. I'll show you what a stack is in a minute. And oh yeah, rat's nest time. Look at that. Let's go to the other camera. And here are our two boards. Check them out. And by the way, yes, I am using the little bench. I just done my last video on this tiny little workbench here, and it's not bad at all. I don't mind it. Well, I always like a new bench when it's clean, right? So yeah, I don't think I'll clean other benches. I'll just continue to build new benches. It's great. There's nothing on here. It's fantastic. And by the way, this rubber ESD matting, this one's the same roll, the same 10-meter roll, but I swear it is a brighter color than what I've got on the other benches. I think this stuff ages, and when you've actually got it on the bench, and it's a entirely different shade. Anyway, check out these rat's nests here. Fantastic. Oh, look at the blob soldering on the bottom, but we'll excuse all of that. And I built many a style like that on Veriboard when I was a youngster. And anyway, what I was talking about here, so let's look at this one first. What I was talking about here with the stack, this was a traditional arrangement back when, you know, it was really expensive and difficult to make your own double-sided boards, for example. And if you were building like your own computer that had memory, of course, you know, be it you know, RAM or you know, EEPROM or anything else, then what you would do is you would stack the chips like this, and they were called RAM stacks or memory stacks like this, and then bend the pins out, the chip select pin or a particular address line out like that. And it was an easy way to route them, because all the pinouts are exactly the same, so you just solder them right down like that. It was you know, it's really quite ugly, but it was very practical. It allowed you to build practical circuits on very little area like this, and without requiring double-sided boards. Anyway, so what are they? They're 2114s. Yep, they look like memory to me. And so we've got a 7400. Oh man, it's like not even 74LS. And 7404, 4011, so I've got some 4000 series CMOS. And what is that? That looks like it might be an LS under there. And anyway, that's some sort of memory interface, memory decoder, something like that. And there's nothing else on there but discrete gates. So like there's no counters, there's no flip-flops, nothing like that. So that's not even, you know, that doesn't even have the ability to count up or do anything like that. So unless I got in there and actually reverse engineer the things. But yeah, it's just like a decoded memory interface of some description. And if we have a look at this board here, well, look, we've got some 74LS163s there. So there we go. We have some presettable counters and some more discrete stuff. There's a 241 up there. And what do we got in there? Yeah, 374. Okay, so we've got ourselves, yeah, latch bus drivers, but yeah, nothing much. So we have ourselves a counter, which then hooks up, and well, I don't know how it hooks up, but we've got ourselves some sort of counter that presumably hooks up to some memory and does something, I don't know, with it. You know, it could be doing a, you know, 1,000 weird and wonderful thing, like actual applications themselves. But anyway, look at this. 1973, 20th week 1973. Wow. And look at this, 50th week 1971. Now I'm old, but I'm not that old. So there you go, that puts a cap on my age, that's for sure. But yeah, 1971, crikey. And here's the secret answer, if you haven't guessed it. And well, yeah, it could have been one of a million applications. It was for connecting to a small array of LEDs for scrolling words, a bit like an old the shop window program displays. Display programmed via the parallel port and set an analog scroll speed and a few batteries. Neat. Excellent. Shame we don't actually have the LED display to hook up and fire it up and get it working again. But thank you very much, Matt. And we've got one from Australia. Yes, Burleigh Post Office from No Name. Anyway, if you want to send stuff in, it's, there we go, PO Box 7949, Balcombe Hills, New South Wales, 2153, Australia. Not Austria. Mini teardown is got written on it. I'm assuming it's a he. Sorry. It may not be, but let's open this puppy up. And yeah. Oh, actually, is that a note? Is that actually... No, that's just the address. That's just the address. Don't panic. Look, there we go. Look, slice straight through. All right, let's have a look. Mini teardown. We have a note. I won't read the note because I want to see. It's rather heavy, by the way. Ooh. Firmware 00. What is it? It looks like, I don't know, some sort of bit of industrial controller kit or something like that. Interface, we've got ourselves a display, presumably some sort of LCD or something like that with really, they don't feel tactile at all, so maybe they're capacitive touch buttons, but yeah, some sort of really rugged industrial type display. Oh well, you know what we say here on the EEVblog, don't turn it on, take it apart with this. And yes, we do have a note, so I now know what this is. I should have read it before. I speculated. This is a monitoring system module taken from a Caterpillar dump truck. These things are expensive to buy. Hopefully you'll find some high-end industrial construction inside. These Cat electronics are fairly robust, will work on about 10 to 30 volts DC. Pretty hard to break them by shorting out the pins, etc. Enclosed part of the machine schematic and see the pin outs. Probably won't be able to find a schematic. Yeah, it's just like a wiring diagram thing. This one powers up okay, is recognized by the other modules, but it wouldn't communicate. Possibly only a software fault. But anyway, thank you very much, Chris, and he's from the Gold Coast. Oh, let's crack this sucker open. So before we jump into the mini teardown, here it is. As I said, no tactile thing on there. I don't think they're buttons. I think they're just indicators. There's probably bulbs behind there, maybe, or LEDs behind there. Firmware 00. So, yep. Anyway, big beefy connectors. Geez, look at that. Obviously, you know, a big mating plug just screws into here and bolts onto there, because like you can't just like plug a connector directly onto there, it'll just fall out. But yep, made in the United States of America, land of the free, home of the brave. The first sneaker peek is going to be inside there. Take off those 4 screws and oh geez, look at that. Yeah, that looks beefy, industrial. Oh yeah, I'm liking the look of that already. Oh yeah, look at that rubber seal around there too. Very nice. Yes, weather seal. Nothing's getting in there. Now unfortunately I can't figure out how to get this glass off. This is like a thick glass panel on here, and well, I tried to sort of lever it out and I just chipped the damn thing, and yeah, it's really well and truly stuck in there. What a mongrel. So, geez, not easy. Unfortunately, I don't like my chances at all unless I spend a significant amount of time in this. Yes, I tried to like heat it up to try and release some of the silicon sealant that's around there, but I don't know. It's just, it's not designed to be repairable. Unfortunately, this whole plate is just really stuck down with a very, really industrial grade stuff. So unfortunately, sorry, but that's pretty much all we can see inside this. Well, it is a mini teardown because that's as far as I can damn well get. But yeah, like it looks like just superb quality. It just oozes quality. And there we go. There's the main board down in there. Lots of passives. We've got some flat flex going off, presumably to the display down in there. We've got a coil. We've got, yeah, some more is that flat flex? Yeah, happening there, and going up to here, obviously. So the top board here, we've got a big cap down in there, but looks of it all gunked down very nicely, very industrial quality. I mean, this thing, it's built like a brick dunny. So thank you very much, Chris. Sorry we couldn't go further with that mini teardown, but I got to get through the others, and that was a real mongrel. I had a bit of a go at it, and it was not looking pretty, let me tell you. Anyway, this one's from Cedric Schwartz. He's from Deutschland, Berlin, to be precise. Hi to all my German viewers yet again. We always get stuff from Germany. Not surprising, because Germany is like my second biggest audience. For those who don't know, US is first. It's not my majority audience in terms of worldwide, because, you know, even the US being my biggest is still only 20% of my audience. But Germany is next. Depends on which metric you use, but on YouTube it's next, and then Germany, UK, and then Australia. By the way, that's how it goes. Hi, Dave. I recently got a new microwave oven. While tearing the old one apart, looking at some parts, thought he'd send me a Magnatron, since the most interesting part might even be worth a teardown. Runs at 2800 volts and should still work. I'd highly recommend not to turn it on. Yeah, Magnatron's a serious business. By the way, I love your videos, especially the teardowns. Thank you very much, Cedric. Here is the old, what it looked like before it was disassembled. There we go. I haven't got autofocus on. I got fixed focus. Camera's 1.1 meters away. I tweak the focus there to 1.1 meters. Don't want any more of that face tracking problem I had before. And I got fixed exposure too. So, you know, hence if I put that up, it's probably overexposed. So there you go. Let's have a look. We have ourselves a Magnatron. Yeah, I'm not into power. You know, there's lots of, you know, you can do lots of funky stuff. People, you know, don't like throwing away, microwave ovens, second-hand ones, because you get the Magnatrons out of them, and you can do some funky, high voltage, high energy stuff with them. But yeah, you know, it's not really electronics, is it? I mean, it's, you know, electromechanical physics, meh. And here we go. Here's a Magnatron, if you haven't seen one before, out of a microwave oven. And this is extremely typical. Let's have a look here. It's a Gold Star one, and it's a 2M214 for those playing along at home. And yeah, that'd be like, I don't know, 2400, 2000 watt capable or something like that. Depends on the power output of the microwave. Anyway, I found this diagram online, which I'll link in, and this shows the physical construction of this thing. And these things are incredibly simple. As I said, it's not really electronics. It's more, resonant, physics. Basically, what we've got is a vacuum tube inside there with a filament, just like a hot filament that heats up and emits electrons, just like a CRT tube does. So that'll be down in this part here, well, actually up in here, and then the outer casing around there, so that's emitting electrons all the time. So that filament is just, shooting out electrons any which way. And then here we've got magnets which cause the electrons to circulate inside, and then the anode, which is inside this tube in there, that actually contains resonant cavities in it, i.e. that's where you get your 2.45 gigahertz microwave frequency from. So just by the nature of the physical construction of the anode in there and the voltage difference between the anode and the filament down here, the electrons accelerate, resonate at 2.45 gig, and then come out the top and into your waveguide and into the cavity, which is your microwave. So, that's pretty much all there is to it. And you can see the gasket on top here that assures that nothing can leak out the sides there, and it all comes out the top into the waveguide and into the cavity. So there you go. They're incredibly simple. There's basically just a vacuum tube in there with a filament, generates electrons, a cavity, and boom, out they shoot, and Bob's your uncle. That's all there is to a Magnatron like this. But yeah, incredibly useful devices which basically, one of the transformational items in modern society, just to heat up food instantly. We take it for granted, but these things are magic. So unfortunately that won't be a mini teardown. I'm not sure how easy it is to cut apart one of these. I've never disassembled a Magnatron before. It doesn't look particularly easy. It looks like the Dremel would have to come out. Very messy, but if there is enough core for a teardown of that thing, but I think there's plenty of photos online and stuff like that. So yeah, I don't know. But anyway, that's a nice look at a Magnatron. And yes, these are incredibly dangerous, so just be very careful if you're going to go rip these out of microwaves and play with them. Next up, one from Mario Richter. Thank you very much, Mario. He is from Deutschland, again, Germany, in Schmischen or something like that. Sorry, I'm pronouncing your town incorrectly. There's just electronics in here, and it's really very light. So let's crack it open and see what we've got. Incredibly light electronics from Germany. May not actually be, sent from Germany, but it may actually not be German electronics. Let's go. No wonder, it's just air. And we have a little, tiny little board, and Mario sent in. We've got a letter. Let's go. And what's Mario sent in? Well, it is a small little USB to RS-232 converter, and yeah, they're a dime a dozen, but this one's an isolated one, so excellent. We'll take a look at it. Thank you very much, Mario. I'll link in his website down below if you want to pick one up. It's mostly in German, although I do have an English translation, and documentation looks pretty impressive. Isolated is really important for a lot of stuff. So I've got a video, which I probably should link in here. Check it out, and about how not to blow up your oscilloscope. But it's all about, you know, grounding and isolation and all that sort of stuff. So if you haven't seen that, definitely check it out. And here it is. Isn't that a neat looking board we've got ourselves? And there's our USB input there and our RS-232 out. And it seems very simple. And he's also got some screw terminals as well. That's quite nice. And a header, whichever one of the three interfaces you want to use there. Very neat. But anyway, there's our USB chip. There's our RS-232 driver chip. And of course, we've got some isolation. You can see the split in the ground plane down in there, and right there is our bingo. There's our 5 volt to 5 volt, 5 volt input, 5 volt output isolation transformer. That's how you get the power from one side to the other, and of course it's powered from the 5 volt USB here. So this is so all of this side over here is of course at PC or mains earth potential, whatever it happens to be. And then on the other side of the isolation transformer, here we go, the bottom side shows it much better. Here's our USB input here. This is all one common ground, like that, all around there, and the rest of this side is of course isolated by our 5 volt to 5 volt transformer there. So bingo, that's easy. And by the way, these are really quite nice modules. They're not cheap though, but you can get them in all sorts of power output ratings. This one's like only a small 1 watt one. I think that's what the 1 is there in that model number. So little tiny 1 watt one, and 5 volts in, 5 volts out. You can get lots of different values, of course, and they've got their own built-in oscillators and everything else, their own magnetics, the whole shebang. So, you know, they're just, you feed in 5 volts and you get 5 volts out, fully galvanically isolated, as it's called. And watch my video to understand why that's important. And the switch here up is RS-232 mode, and down is TTL. Very, very handy. I like this board. And if you've got that down on the TTL level, then you can set your threshold level to either 5 volts or 3.3 volts. Very handy. And of course it uses a standard FTDI chip. Geez, I hope it's a genuine one and you don't use that driver. And the documentation looks excellent. So this is the English one. I'm sure the German one's even better. So very thorough circuit description, the KiCad schematic. So presumably, I don't see the open source symbol on here, but presumably you can do it yourself. A custom box by the looks of it. And here we go. Does it say open hardware? Not sure, but anyway, it's done in KiCad, so let's just assume it's open. They're all, well, it's open in that it's provided.
What actual license it uses, I don't know. But yeah, very simple. We've got the FT232 chip. We've got a 5-volt isolated power supply down here. And Bob's your uncle. Incredibly simple, but very handy. And we've got a max 3232 on the output here for the RS232 driver and the TTL outputs. We've got some BAT54 diode protection down here. And yeah, we've got some Xena protection over here as well. Yeah, quite nice series protection resistors, all designed quite nicely. I think everyone should probably have an isolated RS232 driver in their kit. When you need it, you need it.
Next up, one from Wideboor in the Netherlands. Hi to all my viewers in the Netherlands, and he's just got electronic parts. So, yep, let's crack it open and see what we've got. This one, is it one of these flappy end ones? Oh, gee, I don't know. Yeah, this could be ugly. Yep. Gonna wimp out. It's just easier. It's really sort of, really quite hard to get this one. Yeah, it's just more precise in this instance. Sorry to all you Crocodile Dundee knife fans. But, yeah, there we go. It popped open there. Thought it did. Hope it wasn't fragile. Whoa, electronic parts. We've got a whole bunch of stuff. We've got a Phillips part. We've got something weird and some weird, board with a switch. What's it out of? Let's read the note. Hi Dave, my name is Jens de Boer. I'm pronouncing that incorrectly. It's Y-N-Z-E. Oh, name of the day. And he lives in Sneek in the Netherlands. That's got to be town of the day, surely. Sneek. I want to go to Sneek. Terrific. Like your channel, Mailbag, we're sending some parts from an LGB locomotive. Big scale stuff. So, well, yeah, I mean, it's not real big, beefy industrial stuff. I mean, it's some electronics control. And the board is the sound unit with stand-in sound air pump and boiler feed water injector. Okay, so it's got a Hall effect sensor and power and stuff like that. So this is from a locomotive. Board is faulty and does not sound, so it's not working. So let's have a quick look at a locomotive board.
There you go. There's not a huge amount happening. We've got a Philips microcontroller. Not sure what that one is down in there. There's our little Hall effect sensor, and we've got ourselves an interface module and LGB bus module. So these are our bell and whistle contacts for the train. Woo, woo, woo. Oh, I just realized these are actually for a scale model, although granted a big scale model loco. These aren't for like a real locomotive, a full-size one. So there you go. Hence the, I guess, more electronic and less sort of, big scale industrial nature of it. So yes, that makes a lot more sense. And here we go. We got ourselves a Philips 80C 552. So, more upscale 8051 variant. And we've got ourselves the Hall sensor and, as I said, the bell and the whistle. These are like garden scale locos. I hadn't heard of these ones before, even though I am kind of sort of into model trains, although, well, I used to be, 25, like 30 years ago or something like that. But I've only got N scale now, so this is like the complete opposite to what I'm running here in the lab. Now, I'm not sure if this board was like custom designed for a particular loco, because it's really big scale stuff, and look, they've gone to the effort to do some surface mount packages on the bottom. Surely they could have found the space on the top to fit them. So I don't know, do they custom design these boards to each individual loco, or do they have like a commonized sort of system between them? I'm not entirely sure. Anyway, because you can get away with a lot of room. Like, these are big scale locos that run around in your garden. So, like, there's a ton of spare room in there, presumably. So you can just get away with a folded metal heatsink like that. And, really big scale stuff. And that's the power controller board for the flashlights and the soundboard and all sorts of jazz. So, yeah, really, you know, quite a lot different to, say, the little DCC plugins for N-scale locos, that's for sure. There's not much going on inside this broken. It's just got a little Atmel AT90S 23 processor, sort of, you know, different during your, you know, your AT megas, which are more common these days, and yeah, not much doing in there at all. And there's a little LGB bus decoder board. It's obviously been sort of maybe depotted, or, you know, this is what would fit inside the individual locos to decode them, or the carriages or whatever, to decode the stuff to, you know, switch on your lights, sound your horn, control it, all that sort of jazz. So thank you very much, Yuns. I had no idea about the LGB bus. I'm going to Google that furiously. And Sagan loves watching train videos. He'll sit on YouTube all day and watch train videos. Unbelievable. I'm in the wrong business. Seriously, I need to be in the kids' video business. Just like I've spent 5 years doing 700 plus videos. I've got 30 million total views, which is fantastic, right? And, you know, 180,000 subscribers, absolutely brilliant. But then I go to one of these channels that play with Play-Doh and, you know, Thomas the Tank Engine toys, and they've got like 3 billion views, and one video can get like 300 million views. It's insane. I'm in the wrong business. Tell you what, I think I'll start a kids video channel, because kids just watch it over and over and over again. Someone shoot me.
Next up, one from John DeRosa. He's from West Dundee. Dundee. Yes, this is the Dundee knife. And we've got some old magazines inside here. Which ones, I wonder? Thank you very much, John. Let's have a look. Yeah. I smell, I'd say mid to late 70s. See if I'm right. The electronics engine, mid 1974. There you go. I called it. And mixer, yeah, the smell was dragging it. This smell from this one was dragging it a bit lower. 1969. Brilliant. Electronics, the electronic engineer, and electronics.
And everyone knows I'm a huge fan of old electronics magazines. I've got a complete collection of Electronics Australia / radio, TV and hobbies going all the way back since before most of you were born. Anyway, April 1969, check it out, volume 28, number 4, The Electronic Engineer. I've never seen one of these. Absolutely brilliant. Your custom pulse transformer. Centaur fans. Look at this, that's it. Semtech, still around. Check out the index. This is hilarious. Radiation or reliability, which comes first? The engineer is a loner, you think? Both in relationship to his colleagues and to the community as a whole. This is one of the factors which must be understood by himself and the community. You know, yeah, this is 1969, okay? Sorry for all you girls out there. The engineers as part of a society. Terminal junctions make their debut. Telemetry course. Discrete components to solve your strip line products. SHP, or pronounced ship. It means easier sailing on the sea of naval. Whoa. Interesting. And you've got to wonder if there's any of these guys still around. Yeah, go figure. If anyone knows, let me know. Alberto Shilovsky. There is only one authentic method to measure phase angle, and this is it from Dynetronics. I love it. This is Teledyne relays. This, man, should I go through? I can't go through the whole thing. Where digital ends and linear begins. That's the editorial. And this is great stuff. Radiation or reliability, Unitrobe, first rare. Hey, he's labelled them. First rare earth magnet, stronger magnet at lower cost. I don't know. Is it? There could be the first rare earth magnet in 1969. I don't know. You'd have to read up on the history of rare earth magnets. There you go. Raytheon. Man, let's just go. My old Trojan horse, forefront. Graphical representation of the practical state of the art. Differential voltmeters. Look at this. Accuracy, the flukes. This is really interesting stuff. Look at this. There's a differential voltmeters, the different fluke models, accuracy, percentage of rating, fluke 887, all sorts of stuff. Pulse generators, general purpose oscilloscopes. Look at this. They're real-time bandwidth. They're comparing all these different instruments. This is wonderful. International. Oh man, maybe I have to scan that win in. I don't know. If I can't scan the whole thing in, it'd take me forever to HP function generators. Take me forever to scan in all of this. Really, the engineer is a loner. EE opinion. Good on you, Rocco Ficci. It's obviously loner and wanted to justify it. Electrical engineers join a small, hard-hitting logic design team at IBM. They're an equal opportunity employer until they've now gone down the toilet, of course, and they sacked everyone and outsourced everything, and, well, yeah, they haven't got too many years left. IBM, they're gonski. They won't fix themselves. They're gone. An engineer is part of a society. Robert Sears wants to know, are engineers part of... Bob Sears, here we go, Sylvania engineer, believes that we won't be able to consider ourselves as professionals until we see the results of what we do. I love it. Oh, no noise worries. Oh, with these metal film resistors, look at these on these gang switches here. Beautiful Dale resistors. Oh, do we have a... Is this a fold out? What is... No, just pages stuck together. Yep. It's porn, all right. Dale resistors. Look at this. I love it. 5 revealing questions to ask hybrid manufacturers. Fairchild. Yeah, hybrids were big, of course. Still, still are for the niche applications out there. But anyway, Elco connectors, relays. Oh, actually, I should. Yeah, look, he's marked pages. Duh. So he's marked the interesting stuff. Innovation in IC packaging panels. Look at that. Terrific stuff. AMP. Submarines. Yay. Small ads, reliable. Oh, man, sorry. I could go on for ages. I'm just going to spend hours reading this sucker. Camera Shy. Television camera. Look at that. Absolute state-of-the-art 1969. Shoot the blog on one of those puppies. 1200 lines horizontal resolution, 700 lines vertical. Man, that's practically HD. Unbelievable. What else have we got? Fuses. And not much in the way of actual electronics, of course, as we know them. You know, solid state electronics we know these days. The old reader inquiry cards. Oh, I love them. The advertiser index. Look at how many advertisers are in there. That's what you read these things for. There was no internet. This is how you found out your information. There was no other way to do it. This is how you kept up to date. We take the internet for granted, but no, this was it back then, right up until like the 90s, until the World Wide Web came around, basically until the mid-90s. The magazines ruled. This is Electronics Magazine. I'm not sure if it's the same magazine, just renamed. I'm not sure. Anyway, June 13, 1974. Coping with errors in fast Fourier transform. Low-cost lasers. Woohoo! So let's go to... he's obviously showing MOS technology. Here we go. We've got 20 key scientific calculator arrays to build your own scientific calculator. I mean, you know, this was state-of-the-art back in the day. But there you go. Algebraic problem entry. Got 18 mathematical functions, memory operations, direct lead segment drive, minimum power consumption, only 200 milliwatts on average. Man. Alternate source, microwave transistors from TRW, MOS keyboard encoders, full-page ad for keyboard encoders. And look at this, Harris 5474C series. There you go. Absolutely brilliant. Measurement, Hewlett-Packard. Oh, scope plugins, Hewlett-Packard component news. See, HP had sponsored their own sections in these magazines. Would have probably paid a fortune. They still do. Some dinosaur companies out there. If there are any print electronics magazines still going, they just try and eke out every last dollar for them. It's ridiculous. I've posted a link to some of the advertising rates, and it's just insane. The fastest IC troubleshooter. These were the go back in the day. Look at this from Fluke. You would actually clip it over your DIP IC, okay, and it'd give you the logic state on each pin. So this is for a 16 pin, and it's a IC test clip, and it's great. And it'll tell you if it's high, low, or pulsing usually. So single shot storage tray. Look at this. This Tech 466 classic. Nope. Open up your linear options and Intel. The Intellec 8. Who remembers the Intellec 8? Anyone? Jeez. Those were the days. Unitrode. Of course, we are talking, you know, what is it, 74? You know, like their personal computer revolution hadn't come around yet. So that was state-of-the-art stuff. ATE system saves you $75,000 a year. Asterisks. You know, you got to read the fine print. Based on manual versus CATS testing of 60,000 PC boards, 200 types. Manual testing is $90,800 or something. Yeah. Musty basic. What? Musty word? Anyways, programmed in basic? Don't know. Oh, this is just... Sorry, this mailbag's going to be too long because I'm going through. Has checklist check-in bounced? Interesting. Wow. Thermal shock protection. Oh. New Keithley. Model 168. Look at that. Viva la difference. Auto ranging. Oh, stunning. RCA solid state. Oh, this is just gold. Oh, look. Look at the girl. I just want to buy one of these. Whatever it is. Oh, fantastic. What is she wearing on her head, by the way? Oh, goodness sake. The Sinclair Scientific log triggers and trigs and arithmetic functions. Only $100 or $99.95. Thank you very much. In 1974. And Sinclair, of course, went out of the calculator business, went into the computer business, and a better meter data precision. Look at that. It's just arrived by Stork, our 12-bit CMOS DAC. Geez, that was kicking ass back in the day. Tell you what. Oh, Zeiss Optics. Dave, I owe this scope. Just bought it. He owns it. Just bought it for $75 last year at a Hamfest with 2x10 tech probes. Oh, brilliant. Did you get the multimeter plug-in on the top? Because that was an optional extra, I thought. Model 40 portable function gen from 2 Hertz to 200 kilohertz. Yeah, that's all you needed back in the day. Oh, look, they look happy. They're all female workers. Spot the male. I don't know. Can you? No, I can't. Sorry. Sorry, girls. PDP 8. Computers from $572, fresh from the OEM factory. Ah, this is just gold. This is great stuff. Dow Corning. Ah, all the tabs in here. Munro presents 500 pages of Da Vinci for 30 minutes of your time. What? Oh, ripping the pages. Just plug it in. Memory products. Look at that whole board. How much is that? Like in terms of 32K. 32K by 10. Huge board. OTT, yeah. And he used one in high school. All is good. Model 33. The Communications people teletype. Oh my goodness. Genuine teletype. And that's it. That's all she wrote. Oh, I love it. I could do these all day. Yes, I have been planning a Way Back Wednesday segment where I do, I go through all my old magazines and find various stuff. So if you like that idea, please give it a big thumbs up. I was halfway through it, shooting it, when, yeah, my camera failed and I lost like a day, 2 days worth of research and footage and stuff like that. It really pissed me off. So anyway. And John also sent in a recent article in the Chicago Tribune. It's very recent, September 16, about how Radio Shack have basically gone down the toilet. And yeah, and those were the days. Look at that. Oh, Trash 80. Affectionately known as the Trash 80. And yeah, are they really that bad? He says they're on life support. I don't know. Can those in the US tell me, are they Gonski? They probably are, right? Pretty sad. Spent my childhood going to Radio Shack. It wasn't called Radio Shack here, it was called Tandy. And I had my first work experience actually at the Tandy factory actually repairing and aligning the disk drives and stuff inside these old PCs. Way back. Jeez, those were the days.